Hello and welcome to this information video about the International Academy of Science and Higher Education. Projects of the Academy are quite well known in the scientific and educational environment. However, it is sometimes said that the GISA project and other initiatives of the Academy are rather complex, and that the scientific and educational community is not yet ready for such projects. However, we believe that innovations of the Academy can positively influence the development of educational systems and the scientific processes around the globe. One of the Academy's priorities is to provide assistance to students, scholars and experts in developing their international mobility and improving their level of knowledge and expertise. International recognition of educational and scientific degrees, as well as the innovations, is another goal of the Academy. In projects of the Academy, participants can only acquire prizes, qualifications and titles if they show proper diligence, creativity and knowledge. But we believe that the hard work and innovations are not something frightening. Of course, every person will always choose the path of least resistance, but we encourage you to work and prove your qualification. Anyway, for everyone who really likes to acquire new knowledge and has the sufficient intellectual potential, all this is actually not difficult at all. To be honest, this is the way it has to be in the scientific and educational field. Thus, our projects are related to the qualification. You can obtain many useful options, but all of them assume international assessment of your knowledge and scientific creativity. All projects of the Academy are easy to join, transparent and free from any unreasonable limitations and privileges. We do our best to overcome 4 key problems of the modern science. These are the following. The first problem is the excessive isolation from the society and the so-called barriers to entry. This is almost everywhere. The second problem is the formalism, bureaucracy, lack of transparency and sometimes even corruption. This happens in the developing countries. The third problem is the lack of focus on innovations and solution of the most serious social problems. This mostly characterizes the developing states, where economy does not actually request innovations. The last problem is the absence of the stable organizational system of communications and cooperation in the international science. In traditional understanding, the Academy is some high-class, inaccessible institution where very smart and sometimes too gloomy experts work on serious modern problems in the field of science and education. Well, in many aspects, this description of the academic institution seems actually right. However, this is only true about the traditional academies, as their fundamental principles have been laid back in ancient Greece and haven't really changed since. But time spares nothing passive, petrified and archaic. Modern social processes are very complex and intensive. Effective implementation of old forms and methods of organization of science and education is currently simply impossible. In such conditions, we cannot speak about any positive influence of the majority of academies on the global intellectual development. Unfortunately, science, as the organized sphere of activity, including the level of classical academies, has long ago left the forefront of social development. Most of the modern revolutionary discoveries and inventions are based on personal creativity and bright individuality of certain thinkers who keep up with the times or even outrun the modern science. Innovative and venture businesses also significantly affect the scientific evolution. As to the scientific organizations, they are simply too formal, bureaucratic and arrogant. They do not set the real goals and keep admiring their irrelevant former achievements of their members. Unlike the others, the International Academy of Science and Higher Education, located in London, UK, is first of all the international scientific and educational institution of a new type. The Academy does not gather the formal scientists to isolate them from the society. We are open for all thinkers wishing to develop their intellectual strengths and promote the global science. The Academy was established not to speak about the glory of its members, but to develop and implement programs which would further be useful for students, educators, experts and scholars in improvement of their knowledge, development of creative thinking, qualification improvement, development of international mobility, professional recognition and growth. The Academy is also implementing dozens of innovative projects with different goals and objectives. Irrespective of the age and social status, participants are given the opportunity to legalize their educational and scientific documents at the international level, to certify their knowledge and substantiate it with international documents, to present their original ideas at the international level, to get their qualification recognized, to acquire doctoral degrees and academic titles for innovative research, to actively participate in international scientific cooperation, to develop international academic and professional mobility. If you really want to expand the horizons of your expertise and reach real goals, you definitely should believe in yourself and start cooperating with the Academy. Remember that science is for everyone. If you think in a creative way, if you admire knowledge, if you can work hard, if you have the progressive goal, then you can become an effective researcher, and we are here to help you. If you require any additional information about projects offered by the Academy, please take a look at our other videos and visit the official websites of the projects. Thank you for your attention.